morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to say really quick, and then I'll do our announcements this morning. If your kids aren't with you, go grab them, because we're doing a guided meditation today. And for those of you who are struggling to meditate with your children, or to get them still and to get them to listen, go get them. Maybe they'll listen to me. Go get them. Now, a lot of people haven't meditated before, and so if you're one of them, just want to say really quick, this is the way I see meditation, and I've studied meditation for a lot of years, almost 20. I've been meditating for almost 20 years, and my meditation practice has evolved as I have as I have gone deeper and gained more insight and gotten clear on myself and how I want to show up. So I've been meditating for a lot of years, and you don't ever get there. It's not like a journey with an end. It's not there's a destination and you go, oh yes, I've meditated enough. Every time I meditate, I find that I want to meditate more. And so when you put meditation into your daily practice, then you can, and you're serious about like wanting to make change, then you're going to crave wanting to do more of it. I was not daily meditation until, gosh, probably this last year. Then I was daily. We meditated, I meditated probably a couple of times a week before that. But I daily prayer and pondering for sure, but like sitting down in deep meditation has just been this last year. And deep meditation just been the last probably 3 months that I've gone even deeper, and the last month that I've been even deeper still. So if you are if you're listening and you're maybe from a more conservative Christian background, this might scare you. And I want to tell you, there's nothing scary about meditation. You don't have to, of course, when I say meditation, it kind of conjures up, people sitting lotus style and yogis, and yes, they meditate, but they're only one segment of the population that meditates. Many people meditate. You can sit crisscross applesauce, which is what I'm going to tell your kids to do today, or you can sit up in a chair. I don't like to meditate laying down, because as a mom of 5 children who's been, probably chronically sleep deprived for 20 years, I always go to sleep. So I don't lay down because meditation isn't about going to sleep. It's about when you meditate, and I have a lot of people that say, I always doze off. And there are times when I doze, but generally you want to come to meditation in an awake and alert state, because it's your opportunity to be centered and be still and receive information from the divine. It's sort of, I see prayer as this asking and thanking, and meditation as a listening. So you're like an active listening participant when you are in meditation. You are there just sort of, sometimes you're visualizing, like today we'll go through visualizing, because visualizing is very important and very powerful. The brain, and this is science, this isn't just woo, but the brain doesn't know that you didn't actually do it. So when you visualize something, you want to make sure that it's detailed. You want to make sure that it's positive. You want to make sure that it's something that you want to create in your life, because the brain keeps a record in the same way that it would keep a record as if you had actually done it. So you want to visualize things that are things you want to bring into your life, so that experience can draw closer to you. So when you're doing it like a guided visualization like we'll do today, you want to be very alert. When you're just sort of listening and pondering and meditating on space and sort of being in it's a very prayerful state, then you're not generally pulling things into your meditation space. You might focus on one thing if you're having a hard time sitting focused. If you're somebody with ADHD and you're thinking there's no way I could meditate the way Melisa does, you can. It's just you just have to practice it. Meditation is like a muscle. You have to work it continually in order to get it to your meditations to fruit what you are, what you're showing up hoping to receive. Now, when I say hoping to receive, I don't go into meditation and go, okay, I want to receive. I go into meditation and I ask the question, what do I have to receive today? Like what is it that I am here to listen and learn about today? I don't generally go into meditation with like a preconceived notion of what it is that I'm looking for, because then the ego gets in the way, and I don't want the ego to get in the way. I only want it to be my spirit speaking to the divine and being in that very spiritual meditative space. Now, that's a space that, again, it might be scary for some people. I don't want you to think it's scary, because it's not about religion. It's more about your connection with Source. It's about the connection. It's not about any religious tie to it at all. The field of possibilities, and that's where we're going to go today. So, if you are in a spot where you can sit crisscross applesauce, that's like my favorite way to sit. Legs folded, but you are fine if you're sitting in a chair. Just get comfortable. Don't lay down. Get comfortable and close your eyes. So if you are a child and you're listening to my voice, and mom has been trying to get you to meditate and it's been a hard struggle, I just want you to listen to my voice. This isn't about giggling, poking the child sitting next to you, or anything like that. This is just about listening to my voice. We're going to do something today that maybe you've done before, but maybe you haven't. And but my guess is, now that I'm thinking, you've probably imagined fun things. So we're going to do a lot of imagining of fun things. Meditation is a lot about imagining fun things. So get comfortable and close your eyes. So we're going to start with breathing. Whenever you get distracted in your meditation and you start to think about mom, you start to think about all the things you have to do today, just come back to your breathing. So notice your breathing. But I want you to breathe in and out for 4 counts. So in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. In, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully now your breathing is more regulated. You're slowing down. And I want you to imagine a beautiful day. And it's what you think a beautiful day is. So if that means that the sun is shining, then I want you to imagine that. If you love rain, then you should imagine that. If you love snow, you should imagine that. This is your beautiful day inside your head. It's just yours. So I want you to imagine yourself getting out of bed, putting one foot after the other on the floor, getting yourself dressed for the day in your favorite clothes, your absolute best outfit, something that makes you feel really good. So get that on. Imagine yourself putting that on. Now smile. You look great. This is your best outfit. You feel good in it. You know great things are going to happen today because you're wearing that special outfit. Now I want you to imagine eating your favorite breakfast. And Mom, you didn't have to make it. Somebody made it for you. So I want you to imagine eating your favorite breakfast. How good it tastes. How yummy it feels going into your tummy. Isn't it so good? Such a good breakfast. And maybe it's a really healthy breakfast. Or maybe it's a naughty breakfast. Like some donuts. Maybe it's oatmeal. Whatever it is, it's yours and it's yummy. Imagine how good it tastes. Now, what will you do today? Mom, I want you to walk through your perfect school day. How it would feel, the things that you would do. Kids, I want you to walk through your perfect day. What would you do? What places would you go to? What experiences would you have? Did you do something fun with Mom and Dad? Did you do something fun with friends? What would you do? You get to create it inside this space. So have fun with it. And Mom, I want you to really think about all of those elements of your school day and how they go well and what things you need to do to sort of drive those in a place that feels peaceful and good for you and your family. Kids, I want you to think about who's with you. I want you to think about laughing and smiling. And it's okay to laugh and smile right now. It's not too loud. I often have a big smile on my face when I'm meditating. Smiling is a way of showing God and the universe that you are thankful for what you've created, that you are happy with what you've created. So big smile. Think about all those things that you're going to do. Think about what you're wearing. You're in that favorite outfit, remember? What things will you do today? Okay, now I want you to come back. Feel your toes. Put your hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in. And open your eyes. So, you can do that sort of meditation anytime. Anytime. We do these meditations a lot with our children. They're fun meditations. They're a space to get still and silent. And when we're working with young children, that's the best way to start, is to really just get very still and silent and to be able to really take in and use your imagination to create the world that you want. So, Mom, hopefully you use the time to create the school space that you want. If not, do this later. Go through the same things. What are you wearing? What did you eat for breakfast? Create that school day in your head and see all the pieces coming together. See all of the lovely working parts come together that you need to have so that you can really get in the good mindset. I like to do this sort of meditation several times through the school year, just so that I'm making sure that I'm bringing the right essence to our lessons. Kids, you can do this anytime. You can do this if you're at nighttime and you're scared, or you wake up in the night and you're trying to get yourself back to sleep, or you're trying to, be still. If Mom says, oh my goodness, I need to just be still for a minute, because I say that sometimes because I have a child that doesn't know how to be still. So I will often have her close her eyes and imagine her perfect day. Right now we're imagining our perfect house, and so she's having a lot of fun with that. So think about ways that you can go into that meditative space. The great thing about being in that space is when you're really focused, everything else that's going on around you does not matter. So you can go into this meditative space when you're in a crowd of people. If you're struggling and you're thinking, oh no, it's getting too loud, it's a great time to just close your eyes and go within. So find a safe spot to sit down, close your eyes, and just really go into that space that you have inside your head. Because when you're in there, there doesn't have to be anybody else there with you. You can just be there by yourself. So that's a great way if you start to struggle to really be able to go to that space.
And Catherine says, love this, Melissa. Do you do the same with Sam and older kids?
Yes, Sam loves these kind of meditations. What's really funny is we do about 15 to 20 minutes. You mostly 15 is about the core of what we generally do. But what's funny is often we're done and they're like, wait a minute, we're not done creating. We want to sit here for another minute. So if you could start with something very small like this and let it grow, especially if you're having a hard time getting them to sit still, it's because of how you're judging the space. So if you can instead say, we're going to close our eyes and imagine, you might have to sit across from them and hold their hands for a few moments, and in order to really, get them settled. But once you've got them settled and they understand that they can go within by themselves, then it's something you can easily suggest on a regular basis. So anytime my kids are having a hard time going to sleep, we do this meditation. One other way that we meditate, and then kids, if you're still listening, find a place that you really like. My kids really like to go to Disneyland. And so sometimes I will have them do a walking meditation in their mind of being there with nobody else there, like walking through the front gates and then where we go from there. So think about a place that you really like going. Maybe there's a hiking place that you really like, or a place that you like to swim, and think about like being there without a bunch of crazy things going on there. It's just you. What would it feel like to be just you? What things would you notice that you don't notice when there's a lot of people around? So we walk through each space and look at the details in each space. So it helps us to pay attention more than when we are in those places. So hopefully that's helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You can always go back and listen to it again. Bring kids, because often, we think we can't get them to meditate, but if we can get them quiet enough to imagine in their space, kids daydream all the time. They love this stuff. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week.